Welcome into Houston Texans today. I am Tom Downey here to, break down some maybe overreactions coming out of week one for the Texans. Make no mistake, Houston looked great. They picked up the win over the Jaguars, and I've already seen some interesting reactions. For starters, Dan Patrick, the broadcasting guy, wondered if the Texans could, maybe make the playoffs this year with Tyrod Taylor. I'll start positive. Make no mistake about it. Taylor looked great in week one, and he is a competent quarterback. But I don't think we should so drastically change our expectations for Houston after just one game. If you want to feel more confident, cool. I'm on board with that. But beating the Jags is not necessarily the type of result and game-changing moment that should make us go, oh, yeah, now this team, they're actually great. For a roster that, for the most part, we all agreed was not a good one going into week one. I do like Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback. He's been stuck with some bad luck over the years. I mean, think about the quarterbacks in recent years he's had to cede to. Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert. Those guys are great. I don't know. Maybe Davis Mills ends up being the next version of that. Maybe he's closer to Nathan Peterman. Either way, I like Tyrod Taylor. But I don't want to put so much emphasis on beating a bad Jags team. They're the Jags. They're bad. They're not good. Like we all watched that game, and although they can be impressed with Houston, I do think level of competition matters at least a little bit here for Houston. So with this question, I want you guys to be honest for me in the comments section. What is the percent chance that you think the Texans actually make the playoffs this year? Is it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever? Get your votes in for me in the comments section. Now, the AFC South did not look great in week one. We mentioned the Jags, Colts, Titans, but those teams lost. I don't want to overreact, though, to beating the Jaguars. I would be happy if the Texans surprised me. Would be great for Houston. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. Don't overreact to week one beating a bad Jags team. Remember what the Jags did last year? Week one against the Colts, who ended up making the playoffs, and then, everything just kind of fell apart down the stretch. Now, folks, we are getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers here on our Texans YouTube channel. If you haven't already, and if you want more free videos moving forward, hit that big red button and subscribe today. That way you don't miss out on anything here on the Houston Texans. Let's chat Anthony Miller now, as there's been some discussion, maybe confusion's the right word here, as to, okay, when does Anthony Miller come back for the Texans? Head coach David Culley, not sure if Miller will actually be able to return against the Cleveland Browns this week. Previously, he had said that Miller was expected back against Cleveland. Now, Miller, of course, dislocated his shoulder in the preseason. I'm intrigued by Miller. I think he's a young, promising player who at times has shown flashes, but never was really truly maximized, whether that was his fault, coaching staff fault, quarterback's fault, whatever, in Houston. So I think that Miller's a good player for a Texans team that in reality is still rebuilding. I want to see what he can do, what he can contribute to this team and to this organization beyond just this year. He's young. He could be a piece for you beyond just this season. So I'm very curious what the usage looks like for Anthony Miller. Now, Brandon Cooks is a stud. I love him. Nico Collins didn't impact the game much in week one, but he did get the second most snaps in the end. They signed Danny Amendola, who's a veteran. Look, the front office knows him pretty well. I would rather see Anthony Miller out there getting slot reps or even getting outside receiver reps when they go four wide looks with Cooks, Nico, Miller, whatever order you want to go with there. I want to see more Anthony Miller. Now, in week one, Brandon Cooks was great. 5 catches, 132. He is by far one of the best players on this Texans team. Amendola showed he can still contribute as a veteran slot receiver, but I want to see what Anthony Miller can do. Chris Conley outperformed Nico Collins, but Collins did outsnap him. Long term, you could have a trio of Cooks, Collins, and Miller. If they all hit their ceilings, that's actually kind of intriguing. So, what do you guys think? Will Anthony Miller be a starter for this team? I am counting a slot receiver, the top 3 receivers if you rotate guys around as a starter. I want to see him out there. But what do you guys think? Get your votes in. Y for yes or N for no.